1990 LUL went one better. Utterly-based BR standard tank 80080 joined the pair for another July season. The two returnees were the first to appear, being unloaded at South Ruislip Depot on the 10th of July. After being fitted with train air brake ejectors, the two engines left the car sheds on a magnificent summer evening at 9 p.m. Organizer Malcolm Dean looks on as the engines proceed to the west end of the yard to reverse down past the southern face of the car sheds to water and pick up stock. Both engines had arrived by road and been unloaded at the east end of the depot before being taken in for the brake modification. This was to enable them to operate the brakes, but of course they could not provide the power to release them, as the underground uses air brakes. Ruislip's fleet manager, Roger Patterson, gives instructions as the watered engines prepare to run up the yard to pick up their train for Neasden, parked in the siding directly behind the watering point. There are plenty of these around. The engines back onto their train, which consists of two XBR coaches, a Mark I BSK and a Mark II FO, 5 bogie bolster wagons, and an LT battery loco, the latter to give braking power. After a short delay, the two engines made a spectacular display as they pulled out amongst the industrial paraphernalia of the District Line depot. The train traversed the district main line from Uxbridge via Ruislip and then the connecting line to Harrow-on-the-Hill in order to reach Neasden, the main base for steam operations. The third member of the trio is seen at Neasden, base for all steam operations, passing alongside the locomotive shed which housed all three engines. Although a two-road shed, only one track can be used, as the other is used as a materials store. The locomotive is running to the East End carriage sheds to pick up the train for the first of the day's runs. Neasden Depot has two separate car sheds. In order to leave the eastern one, it's necessary to run through one of the centre roads of the western one. Here, 8080 gets the train underway, which consists of the two XBR coaches and an Anglia Region EMU. All trains started at Harrow-on-the-Hill and ran up the Metropolitan main line, using the fast-through lines, which go behind the platforms on the suburban stations, such as Northwood Hills, which are to the left of our picture. Beyond Rickmansworth, the joint Metropolitan and BR line is double-track at a gradient of 1 in 105 through Chorley Wood. This section saw steam last year, but not 8080. As in years gone past, locomotive changeover took place at Amersham. However, then it was electric giving way to steam for the continuation to Aylesbury. Today, it's a steam-for-steam changeover. The standard tank in this instance handing over to the two Quainton Road-based engines. As the big tank draws to a halt, the two smaller machines move out of the holding siding, ready to cross the main line. Also crossing the main line is the standard tank, in order to move into the upper platform to take water. With no direct crossover at the eastern end, crossing to the upper platform was a complicated maneuver, which involved 2 runs through the main down bidirectional road. As the standard tank pauses in the holding siding prior to stepping back into the upper platform, the 2 tanks prepare to take the train back to Harrow on the Hill. As in 1989, LUL were much to be congratulated on allowing and encouraging the locomotive owners to man their own machines. This is the very last public train of all, at the point where the branch from Watford High Street joins the main line, and it becomes 4-track through to London. The experimental livery of the battery loco was specially prepared for the event, the machine chosen being number L44, Met number 1's number in LT days, a most happy choice. In addition to the public runs, staff runs were organised. A one-off trip to Stanmore was originally intended as staff only, but was later open to the public. Number 1 officiated on her own. Staff-only runs did take place on the normal route. This was the only evening run, with 9466 leading the train downhill through Chorley Wood at around 9:30 p.m. Real darkness prevailed on the most unlikely run of all, albeit only in light steam. Number 1 was taken through Baker Street and around the Circle Line, taking the long route because of the clearance problems at Farringdon in the small hours of the 31st of July. She travelled this way to attend the Upminster Open Day, where real underground stock could be seen at the District Line's Eastern Depot. Appropriately, the usual miniature steam at these events was replaced by electric. The general public was able to see the various aspects of underground stock maintenance, and various liveries were to be seen, from the familiar aluminium bodies to the red heritage stock, and yellow departmental locos to new prototype units and the newly adopted standard livery.
Yes, it will.
Number 1 gave public rides once again, running a short distance from Upney to Upminster. At Upney, she has just returned from the yard after arriving at the other platform with the battery loco, known to one and all as the Slug, leading. The train used the yard to reverse. Finally, we see number 1 returning to the depot at Upminster. She ran 7 return trips during the day and was then scheduled to return in light steam behind the Slug via the Circle Line northern section to South Ruislip to be taken back to Quainton Road by road. It seems highly likely the event will be repeated next year, perhaps with a red pannier next time.